How's it going, everyone? My name is Gonzales. We're going to be tying a new pattern, San Juan Secret, using some 12-0 watery olive thread from Semperfli. Just go ahead and lash that down on the hook and take a look at these scissors. They're awesome. There's these super stingers from Renowned. I'm going to go ahead and tie in some 30 denier black nano silk. This is by far, I would say, my favorite thread. Have this on a bobbin at all times. We're going to take that all the way to the bend of the hook. Obviously making nice, tight touching wraps. I would say it's very important for the lay of this bug. Once again, check those scissors out. That was nano silk, guys, that just cut. It's awesome. I like to spin my thread here to flatten the thread out, just to give it a nice, flat, touching, smooth body. I'm going to go ahead and build a little bit of taper here. I've noticed that the insects, when they're emerging, these midges, are actually a little bit thick. So that's kind of what I'm simulating here. So by adding a little more thread, I can create some bulk on this hook, and that's in part what I'm looking for. This pattern, of course, being an emerging pupa. Something I had noticed in the San Juan a lot was these smaller insects that have a nice little wing bud coming off, and tied it on for a couple years now, and it's been great. So go ahead and remove that thread, nice whip finish, and sneak that thread off. Now we're going to go ahead and grab that spool of nano silk I left back there, and I'm going to cord this up to make some segmentation. And what's neat about doing it with nano silk is we can get these ribs very pronounced and very close together, which I think a lot of these bugs have. Rather than using wire and building some ridges, this kind of lays flat and just gives a really neat look. Spin our thread. Now again, to flatten it out, we're going to add some Solres Bone Dry. And this is going to add a little bit of durability, a little bit of shine, and hopefully not allow this bug to get cut up on as many teeth. So just apply a nice light coat all the way around the body, and then zap it. This light I'm using here is actually from Semperfli as well, and it's if you haven't used it yet, it's absolutely incredible. I would say it's my favorite light I've ever owned. So now we're going to use some Glow Bright. This is the number 16. We're going to cut this into a couple of 3 to 4 inch sections. And I'm actually going to attach this in individually on either side of the hook, and then nice down pull. So what that does is it allows those wing buds to actually come from the bottom of the insect rather than over the top, and it's a little more anatomically correct, and for some reason it has been a trigger point for these fish. So you'll see I tied 2 pieces on either side. Create a nice head with this nano silk here. And then we can go ahead and whip finish and remove that thread. Also does a really good job of separating the head from the body on this insect, which is a super neat little detail. So I just grab these, kind of splay them out, and then pull underneath, back using my vise as a guide again, how I've been used to. We're cutting this about halfway in between the hook and the eye. Those are going to lay right underneath the body, really nice and neat. Next, of course, we'll add a little bit of some resin to the head. Really makes these bugs durable, and I've been liking this Solres for a while now. Go ahead and cure that. You can see those wings really pop. And now I'll kind of show you the rest of it. That bug is complete, and you can see those wings form really nice. So thank you for watching.